It's Walt. The sign on the sandwich board said, "Social distancing guaranteed." And I almost drove off the road. It was out in front of the gas station, the petrol station, and I think that it was meant to be inviting, to reassure me that I could go to the station and fill my tank without having to be near anybody or touch anybody. And the sign so smacked me upside the head because I thought, social distancing isn't what we want. I don't want to be guaranteed social distancing. And I'm not talking about defying the science. Of course we need to take precautions. Of course we need to abide by what professionals are telling us to flatten the curve. Of course we need to watch our physical distance. But social distancing? Oh, you know, from the dawn of our humanity, we have been tribal. We have gathered together in caves. We have gathered together around fires. We gather together around the Seder table. We gather together around the Christmas tree. We gather together 5 times a day for prayer. We gather as families for holidays. We gather together to celebrate and to grieve. We are a people who come together. We are not a people that social distance. And now more than ever, we need to connect. We need to come together. We need to close the gap. We need to close the distance. And there are so many ways that we can do that still. We can use our platforms like Zoom and WhatsApp, catching up with people, sharing meals with each other, telling stories to each other. We can use that old-fashioned thing called the phone. We can email. We can get on social media and connect that way. Now more than ever, we need to lean into our communities, even if they're virtual, our faith communities, our coaching communities, our mentorship communities. We need to lean into those communities. You know, so often when we get frightened, our reptilian brains close down and put us into fight or flight mode, and we get small and we circle the wagons and we put up the barriers and the plywood and we do the very things that undermine what we need most right now, which is the love and the support and the kindness and the embrace of others. And yes, I get it. We have to watch our physical distancing, but our social distancing right now is so critically important. I mean, think about the times that we have things to celebrate and we high five. Think about the losses that we've had and those moments of grief when all we want is to be held and to be hugged. Think about the celebrations and the joy where we gather together. We are a people that come together to share, to tell story, to celebrate, and to give comfort to one another. And so social distancing guaranteed, not so very good, not so inviting. What I do want to invite you to do is to look for ways, to use the title from Sheryl Sandberg's book, Lean In now. Lean into your community, lean into your friends, to your loved ones. Connect, use every possible modality that's safe to connect, to come together, to close the gap, to close the distance. I had a wonderful experience the other day with dear friends that we don't see often enough, and we just happened to be on Facebook Messenger around the same time and exchanged messages, and we've made plan after plan after plan to get together in various cities of the world, and sometimes we're able to do that, and so often we've not been successful doing that. And all of a sudden, in the course of about 30 seconds, we had concocted a Zoom meeting. We were both on the cusp of lunch, and we got together and we spent 20 minutes catching up, which we hadn't done in so long, and it was such a gift to be able to come together and to share just some time together. And so maybe that is the gift of this period of time, not to social distance, but to close the distance, to come closer together, to love one another, to care for each other, and as a result, to be stronger with each other. Make it a great rest of the day, great rest of the week. Talk soon.